Huh, what's this? Oh, hail the Vampire Queen! Hi everybody, welcome back to the Canadian Maker Project. My name here is Ron, and I'm here to help you with your creativity and ideas in 3D printing. Now, I bet you guys got a little freaked out of the opening going, what the heck is with Ron? So, in the Halloween spirit, I thought, let's have some fun. I'm going to talk about litho painting, and I thought the perfect person to talk about or to use would be one of my friends on Instagram from Japan. She is what we call a visual kei artist. Visual kei artist. Visual kei artists are more of a shock and awe type of artist, but also does performances like music or in that type of genre. Something like what a cosplayer does, but takes it to a whole new level. That's the best way to put it. If you're not sure about this genre or anything like that, that's okay. I'm personally myself, I've known a lot about this type of performances and such, and yeah, it's nothing to be scared of. It's just the way it is. So the person I went after and contacted her, and she said, sure. After I showed her what it looked like, she was like, oh, how did you do that? And I told her 3D printing. So let's get into it. So if you do want to follow this artist, her name is Lilith Leather Vampire. This is her Instagram page. She has lots of pictures on her Instagram. She also does have a Twitter account, and she also has a her Twitter account, and then she has a Threads account. I haven't seen her mostly post on Threads as much as she does post on Instagram. So if you want to follow her on Instagram, go right ahead. If you want to tell her that I sent you, or if you're interested in her stuff, go right ahead. Now, to tell you the truth, I've heard her music before. Very talented singer. She's in between two artists that I happen to do like. Tommy Feburay 6, and I forget the other artist's name now. Oh my god. Yeah, it's one of those days. But anyways, Tommy Heavenly 6, I should say, not the other one, because the other one's just too much sugar pop. You'd understand if you're into the J-pop, J-rock scene. If you're not, and you're kind of curious, I say check out Tommy Heavenly 6. You might like her style. It's kind of like a clash between Avril Lavigne and then with a more heavier rock sound. How's that for an answer? Take early Avril Lavigne and smash it up to 20 in the voice in the Gothic era, and that is Tommy Heavenly 6. Tommy is just another. She's also part of a group called the Brilliant Green, which is another group I truly fell in love with back in the day. So following her from her Brilliant Green to her sugar poppy over the top Tommy February 6 to Tommy Heavenly 6, and then back to the Brilliant Green was kind of like a roller coaster of fun music. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here. So the picture I chose was this one right here, and she was pretty cool with it. She actually loved the picture when I showed it to her doing the Lithophane. So what we're going to do, we're going to go into Litho. Litho up here, this is the program right here, is a program you can use online. It's totally free, easy to use, easy to set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my face out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to click on Get Started. It's going to load me up. Model View. Then you just click Upload. Then you click in Add Image, which is the upload button up there. Now it's already set to go to the storage file where it is. So I click on that. Open. Boom. Done. That's it. Then you go to Model. And this is where you have all the tools here. So as you can see here, it looks pretty good. The resolution's amazing on it. But there's some things wrong here. So there's different ways you can post this picture. You can have it as a plane. You can turn it into a cylinder. You can also do like a spear, which looks kind of weird in its own sense. This is like if you have like a picture of a moon or something, you wanted to spear it, so you can put it up on the light or whatever. That's what that's for. Arc, pumpkin, revolver. Now, pumpkin will just turn it orange. Don't use it. Revolver, circle. Circle's kind of neat. Circle just makes it a circle picture. Or you can go to a heart, which then cuts off your face. And there's no way to move the picture, which is kind of annoying. I wish there was another option so we can move the picture around, but it doesn't have that option, unfortunately. So you'd have to go into edit and play around with it in edit, which I remember correctly, where you can adjust the greens, you can crop, you can height, you can change everything. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get it done and printed. The one that a lot of people use is, I think it's Arc, which gives you a curve, which makes it a lot easier to print on a bed that's a moving bed or whatever. A lot of people like this mode. I just go with a flat plane on the Ender 5, but I can do this on the Ender 5, not a problem. And I love the Ender 5 because it's a stable bed. When you have a moving bed, it does make it a little bit more trickier. But let's get into the options here. So you can change the height. You can change the degree. Let me just go back to plane here so you guys can see what it has. So you've got width and height. You can set your minimum thickness, your max thickness. Now this tells you how thick do you want the picture to stand out. Now I'm looking at this. I could readjust it, but for what I needed it, I just left it at the standards. But you can always change it yourself if you want to. This is where I change a lot. Frame, I usually go with no frame. I'm not a big fan of frames, but if you want a frame, boom, frame. You can actually control the thickness, how far you want it to go out. You can change the thickness. Everything can be changed here. Like depth, if I go 14, it makes it longer and thicker. But if I want to make it less depth, but if I want to make the frame a little bit more thicker, you can adjust it that way. It makes it a little bit more thicker. But, not required. So I usually turn frame modes off. That's just me. So I go none. That's me. Now you could want something better. It's up to you. Now per pixel, I'm not really sure how to use this too well because I know that I always set it for medium. Medium I find is a nice transition between sharpness and quality in the print. So I always stick with medium. Now here's some attributes that's kind of interesting. And I'm going to go into it right now. So if I go to enable lamp, on the back end, as you can see here, there's an area that you can put a light into. And they do happen to sell a light on their website that locks into that hole so that it projects the light at a certain angle so the light shines into the picture, always illuminating it. And you can set up bulb filter, what you want for it. I don't usually use the lamp. Now they also have a night light mode, which is kind of neat, which puts a stand on the back for a night light. So if you got like one of those old-fashioned night lights, you just slide it on in, turn on the power, plug it in the wall, and instantly it shines the light through the picture, giving you the image. Not my type of thing either, so I always turn that off. Now, you can do some color changing here, which allows you to adjust the darkness and the brightness. That's up to you. That's going to be your choice. And then you have image options, which never shows up for some strange reason. I think I gotta do that. There we go. So in image options, we can do positive. So we can positive the image. And it does that to the picture. Not needed. Good if you got like a negative and you want to turn it into a STL. You can flip it. You can mirror it. You can do placement, horizontal placement, zoom factor. So you can zoom in and zoom out. Now, with this picture, because like if you were using the hardware or anything, I can see the zoom in and zoom out being very handy because you can zoom in, zoom out, and try to get your, pictures in there. But there's no way to do it on this, unfortunately. Now, here comes the other part that a lot of people talk about, is placement on a bed. So with my luck that I've had doing these, I always print them standing up, straight up and down. I don't print them down on the bed. Some people have had luck with it. I've had zero luck doing that way. I always find putting it up works better. Laying it down, something just doesn't work right. Also, I use a 0.6 nozzle, so that's probably what's going on. But you can also use 0.4, or even if you want to get really detailed, 0.23 nozzle is a really good choice if you want high quality. Now, take it from me, you want to print these slower than normal. If you print them too fast, what happens is they get wrecked. So keep that in mind. And once you're done, you like everything, you just hit the download over here. Okay? And there you go. You can get the Lithophane, which is this picture. You can get Lithophane only, which means you just get this. Now, the reason you get Lithophane and Lithophane only is just because it throws back the picture to you and everything else. Not required. This is the cool option. It's the color Lithophane. Now, color Lithophane will be printed, will be produced, and will be emailed to you. Here's the kicker, though. It's not the size of this. It is the original size of the actual picture. Yeah, I know. It's like, what? The original size of the picture? Yeah, so the original size of your picture, which this size is not the original size. The original size is like 1122 by 1650 or something like that. So this right here is not going to fit this. You gotta use you gotta use an editing program, something like what's the one I use? NHC PhotoPad I use, which has an option to turn it from pixels to millimeters and centimeters and inches. So I use that. And using pair of calipers, I measure this out, I print it, I look at it. If it matches, perfect. Doesn't, I reprint it again. I do the little fine adjustments, and then I'll print it again, and then you can put the picture behind this, and it'll show a color version of it. Now, the color version I find blows, like sometimes the colors don't match the actual print, so that is an issue. But over time, they said they're working on it. So this is why I use ItsLitho. It's simple, it's easy, it's simple to set up. You can adjust your pictures whatever the way you want it. So with that said, I also want to give a big thanks out to Lilith, if she is watching. Arigato, Lilith-san. Arigato. And for the rest of you guys, if you didn't know what I just said, that was in Japanese. That was just thank you to Lilith. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button now. Just hit it. You'll be happy you did, because I go live every so often. I build stuff, and if you don't know if I'm going live, including when I start doing the Voron print, the Voron machine. Yeah, I know. I've been hinting at this forever. It's just I gotta get the room cleaned up in the area I'm going to be working on. It's been a mess. It's been a disaster. I've been trying to clean it up. But anyways, if you are interested in following me with the Voron print, well, not this print, the Voron build, definitely you want to subscribe. Also, if you are also interested in the person that's known to love, I will put her links in the bio. So if you want to look at the description, that'll have all our links to her items and such. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Here you guys go. Bonus money shot. There she is in color. Like I said, the colors don't come out too well, but I'll put it in your light. There you go. Vampire Queen in her full glory.